we have 2 minutes each for a closing statement. And we had started at this end for the opening statement. Now we'll start at that end with Mrs. Colbert and come this way for the closing statement. Ms. Colbert.
Thank you again for hosting the forum. And I'll say it again, it has been truly a pleasure to serve the district and the community for the last 6 years as a board member. I remain, truly dedicated to seeing our schools succeed, and not just because I have kids in the district, because I've always approached board service with the goal of all kids emulating the district. I don't tend to I don't approach it with my own kids in mind. I approach it from a wide perspective and a broad range of perspectives because of the number of people that you hear in contact and talk about the children and how they're succeeding in our schools. Everybody comes to the board table, our current board anyway, with a different set of experiences and a different temperament. And we have very spirited discussion. We are all thoughtful and very deliberative in our approach, I believe. But I think that in hearing everyone's responses here tonight to the questions that have put forth, that any one of the members of the candidates that are up here tonight would approach with the same goal in mind. Let's have our schools be a source of pride for the community for the years to come. Let's see our kids succeed. Let's see high achievement continue in our schools. I'd be honored to serve again, but I will just say this. The budget vote is very, very important this year. So I'm going to just urge you to please go up and vote for the budget.
Thank you. Ms. Dunn.
Again, thank you for hosting this evening. It has been very interesting sitting up here. This is my first time being involved in a public debate, so this is sort of a learning curve. Obviously, I haven't served on the board, so to have all of the background information on certain things I would not have at this point in time. However, I can promise you that if I were elected a member of the Board of Education, I would be willing to commit the time to educate myself on all the various issues, to make fully informed decisions that will be in the best interest of our students and would be fiscally responsible for our district. And as Ms. Colbert said, I urge everyone to support the budget on May 15th.
Thank you. Mr. Horton.
Thank you again for all coming. One of the things that I've expressed, I think, throughout the whole evening is involving the community. A perfect scenario would be to have this type of discussion at the theater and have the place full and have the community engaged with the school district and have people that are energized enough to work on committees set up by the district and to have opinions and to ask questions and to really know what the details are about how your children are being educated. I would like to bring that, I would like to pull the community closer together, have a more open relationship and open dialogue with not just the community but also the students. I think the students are, there's a sense of things nowadays that there's some distrust, be it perceived or be it factual. I think there needs to be something that needs to quell that kind of thing. When I went to school here, I enjoyed coming to school. It shouldn't be a party every day. You should work. There's a time to work and there's a time to play. And I think the teachers at East Aurora give that, and I think there needs to be a little more from the students to the teachers in the respect department, as well as the board and the teachers and the administration and the board. It's a collaborative effort with all the things that are coming up, with all the issues with budget cuts, with all the increases in retirement and wages. It's enormous what hurdles there are, and I think you need a full effort by everybody to overcome those.
Thank you. And Mr. Holt.
Last but not least, thank you everybody for coming here tonight. Thank you for the League of Women Voters for putting on the program. I have to say at the outset, it's been an honor and a privilege to to serve on this school board representing the school district for the last 9 years. By way of background, I decided to run for it shortly after the Halloween incident, almost a decade ago. I observed what was going on. I had 4 children in the school district at the time, and I thought this is just too nice a community to have such a major disconnect between the students who were acting up apparently that night and the police officers that were representing the community. So I said, you know, one of the things I'm going to try and do is figure out how to have better communication from the community to the school and vice versa. And one of the things we've done, I think, very well in the process too is a school resource officer. We added. I had my reservations initially about an officer in the school, but over time he became viewed as a resource and as someone they could come and talk to about issues that they might not otherwise get an answer to, and they also came to respect the position. In the years since I've been on the board, as I indicated earlier, I've gone through 3 superintendents, 2 temporary superintendents on top of that, 4 kids that went through the school system. My 3rd will be graduating this weekend from Syracuse. I'll end up so far with 3 college graduates, 1 sophomore still, and a lawyer in the process. So this school district has served them very well. We were barely in the top 10 academically when I came on the board. We were in sometimes and out with the business first, and our neighbors to the east and west, Orchard Park and Iroquois, were pretty consistently ranked above us. Now, of course, we're all well aware that we've consistently been ranked in the top 3 and are clearly viewed as the leader in the Southtown. So some significant things to be proud of. Clearly, that's a combination of the quality of the educators, the students, and the community, and the school district that is working very well. And I agree with the need for whoever you elect for this board to make sure that they can work in a collaborative manner in the best interest of overall the community. If elected, I will continue to maintain and work toward the high standards that we've been successful in achieving. And last but not least, I want to say, whatever your decisions may be, please support the proposed budget and get out to vote on election day. And again, thank you.
Thank you. Details on where to vote and when. Next Tuesday, May 15th, here in the mainstream school from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. See you there, and thank you very much for coming.